I'm on the wrong live. I said Facebook family. I meant YouTube family. Yes, I go live on Facebook as well. Hello, hello. I'm Jay Hadwin, brand ambassador of my brother spot. I say it again. Hello, hello. I'm Jay Hadwin, brand ambassador of my brother spot. How are you guys doing today? Me, I'm fine. I'm fine. So the title today is what we should be doing during Black History Month, or what we should be trying to change about our culture during Black History Month. We could go with self-funding, if you want to call it Aboriginal American, Black, Moorish, just accountability. We need to be more accountable, family. What I put on my content is what some people may look at as negativity. It's not negativity, it's basically how we can improve ourselves. And in order to improve oneself, you have to be accountable. You can't be blaming everybody. And that's one thing I think, the things that we fall short from, we have to be more accountable. So that's just the way I feel. And when I'm talking, and those that are subscribers or don't like what I'm saying, what you could do is just be like, okay, this is this man's theory. It's just a theory. I don't know everything, just like you don't know everything. But I have an opinion. And it's nothing the matter with having opinions. And that's anybody. You know, if you're not laying hands on someone or trying to, hurt them physically, or, be extremely mean, then I don't really have a problem with those people. Trolls, they suck, but that's better than getting beat up by someone, physical harm. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, the title of this live is, what should Black Americans be doing to during Black History Month? I think accountability, self-funding. I think we have to stop worshiping entertainers. Now, if entertainers owned their own content and owned their own movements, then yeah, we could not worship them, but we could put celebrities on, a pedestal. But how can you do that when other ethnicities own our celebrities? And we just worship them. And then we have like people that are 35 and plus years old still talking about celebrities, acting like this economy is not gonna plummet. And who's the first people that's gonna get laid off? Black people are. As a matter of fact, Black women are getting laid off, like bad, and it's jacked up. I had to giggle because it hurts my soul, because everyone should deserve to have confidence. Everyone deserved to have confidence, and Black women have worked hard with their education to accomplish things, and they have a lot of debt in college debt, school debt, and it hurts my feelings for me to see Black women just laid off, and then they're trying to rebound, and especially the ones that have said, I don't need a man, this, that. Look, if I had a daughter and she said that, I'd be straight up in her face, like, man and woman need each other. Man and woman need each other. But definitely women, you need a man. You know what I'm saying? It takes two to make a thing go right. Remember that rap song? And it does. But remember, men, we could live in a cave and be all right. And especially us men that have hands, we could survive. A woman, someone could take it from you. And you need that protection. You need that man around, just like you need, a dog around, and stuff like that. But men are much better than a dog. We got this. A dog could be, thrown around by a man. If it's a crazy man, and a dog could be killed by a man. It doesn't matter how big that dog is. Really, I mean, I've seen it growing up back home. I seen a gangster in my neighborhood actually punch a Doberman in his nose, and the Doberman died. The dog most sensitive part of his body is his nose. If you crush that, it's over. Are you going to get some teeth before that? Are you going to get mange? Yes. But it's not as hard as you think to harm a dog. You pop that dog right in that nose real hard, cane, corso, all of them. Just don't fall down. You got to hit them. Humans, we're smart. Other animals are stronger than us, but then why don't they rule the planet? And this is where I'm trying to make that assimilation with black people. We are strong. We are intelligent. We are all that. But who rules the world? The people that rule the world rule up here. And they work together. They work together. And unfortunately, black people, we don't work together well. You know what I'm saying? We get upset about things that really it's not a big deal. Like Black History Month is the shortest month of the year. I care less. You know what I'm saying? I could care less about the titles or whatever, or we could dance well, we could dunk the ball, we could shoot, we're athletes, all that. Why can't we own our own communities? Dominated. They got Jewish communities, they got Korean communities, they got East Indian communities all over America, and they dominate their community. It doesn't mean that they hate other ethnicities. It's just they take care of business. And we're still playing around. I don't know why we're so playful as a people. And it's dangerous. Like, if you think about it, we're just playing and we're still surviving. So, you could be FBA, whatever, you could say it's the country. I mean, I believe I'm an Aboriginal American Indian, you know what I'm saying? Genealogy wise, my family probably don't understand what I know about my genealogy, and that it doesn't even trace to Africa. They'll be amazed, but they don't want to hear it. So why would I tell them? Tell it. A human being is going to believe what he's going to believe. Europeans took America away from the original people that's here. So just because we say something that's true doesn't mean they just going to give it back to you. So when you're dealing with the world, especially Black Americans, we have to work together. We have to stop set tripping. I'm FBA. I'm Aboriginal American Indian. I'm Moor. I'm this. I'm that. But you know what? It's wick, wick, whack. What we need to be doing is working together and understanding how to dance with capitalism. And we're not good at that yet. We disrespect our smartest people in our race, like disrespect them when they're younger. And it's like being intelligent and trying to do the right thing and being responsible. It's like, why is it looked down in our culture? That's why they got Candace Owens. That's why they got Julian Brown now, who created a thing where plastic turns into fuel, because we don't love them. We love our people that could talk a good talk, or a handsome person or a good looking woman, some with fake booties. Why do we like that? Why don't we give love to our geeks? Black people don't even understand, like, geeks run the world now. And we don't even give love to our black geeks. We don't, hey, how can we do this? How can we help you? You know what I'm saying? Look, okay, we gonna listen to damn near everything you say because you're the professional. You know, we always know something. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in a certain situation and I am trying to get something done and that person is a professional, I don't know nothing. I follow everything. I've been doing this from the get-go with basketball. You know, my dad read a book, you know, with the UCLA coach. It's slipping my mind. He was an old coach. And he had the most winningest record in college, I think. But that was years ago. I'm not really basketball minded no more. But he knew everything about what John Wooden. John Wooden was telling him, he read it, how to practice your players, what fundamentals to teach your team, and all this stuff. And our team was amazing. But no one ever said, oh, you know what, Mr. Boop, boop, Mr. Such and Such, you don't know what you're doing. Why are you doing that? We should be doing this. We should, that's how we are as a people. Let that professional do his or her thing. That turns off our people. And then they go to the other side, and then those other ethnicities get our talent, and then we ain't got nothing but bullshitters and shooters and sperm donors. I'm sorry I'm being so harsh, but I'm telling the truth. It's bad. It's bad out here. What's up with us? Why are we so competitive with our kind? Why can't we just be like, okay, we gonna get some money, we gonna self-fund, and we gonna ride behind this person. Will the person get big-headed? Maybe. So what? It's about the race getting ahead. Sometimes you have to sacrifice. Nothing is ever gonna be perfect. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm into us learning how to improve our culture. My brother Spot's about promoting black-owned businesses. I was so disgusted about the city that I'm from, Los Angeles, and because it was so bougie and so pro-diversity mentally and business-wise, that's why LA now, I think, has 6% African American. They got gentrified, like, because we don't work together. There's no one else. Look, when we get gentrified, it's no other ethnicity fault but us, because we didn't come together. You know, we didn't tell, like, the grandmothers or the parents didn't tell their children, look, you got to pay property tax. It's thousands and thousands of homes that were in tax sales because the parent just didn't understand capitalism or didn't care, and then tell the child or the grandson or the granddaughter, look, you got to pay your property taxes. Or those parents, you know, or grandparents didn't even pay the property taxes because they didn't understand what they got into. They were just from the old school, so they could afford a house way back in the days when it was like $73,000. You know, then I could get money, you know, so, you know, they will take the equity out the house, get stuff fixed and all that, and get a longer mortgage with a high interest rate, and just not understanding the basics of how to survive in America. America is, everything's basically a business, and it has rules. And other ethnicities come from poor countries. They're thirsty and they're ready to run the race together, self fund, and they understand the rules, and we don't. And then we get upset when stuff like gentrification happens. We get upset when someone scams us. But now we have the internet. You could look, you could look into that pastor. You could look into the background of that person like Dr. Umar, which I messed up on. I messed up. I gave him 360 or $80. I forgot what I gave to him. It was so long ago. But that school still isn't fixed. Is it Dr. Umar's fault or my fault for not investigating? It's my fault. Am I mad at Dr. Umar? Yes. I'm pissed because I was hyped. I was like, yo, we finally getting ahead. This dude gonna have this school up. And I think he's still talking about that the school is going up, and then he's asking for more funds. Okay, yes, Dr. Umar has great ideas, self-funding. That's how all ethnicities, different ethnicities, create businesses among themselves, and that's by self-funding. So we're halfway there. It's just we have to self-fund the right system. My brother Spot has the right system. Now, this is my idea and what I always pitch to my brother Spot team. And I don't know if they agree with it all. All of them agree with it, but I haven't got a negative like, I don't think so. Well, I tell you, like I said, 1% of our population out here is 500,000. Why not just put in $10 a month? That's 5 million a month. And we could open up a lot of Black-owned businesses monthly. Am I going to start this? No, I want to put in my $10. I want to present my brother Spot's business model to that Chamber of Commerce or whatever, and hopefully they could allot us some money. And it's better than us going through some bank with high interest rates. We could create a system to where all those abandoned buildings in the West Side or South Atlanta, we could buy those up. The chamber, we could buy them up like every other ethnicity is doing. And imagine if we have our own beauty products where the chemists out of Morehouse or Spelman or Clark, come out and they create products for us. And then we have those abandoned buildings, we build them up, you know what I'm saying? Those like little commercial spaces. And then we charge them a little of nothing to be in there so they could be successful. And then we're recycling our dollars. It's not hard, Black people. It's not hard. We just got to stop being jealous that, if this person is going to get the money, he's going to or she going to leave us. Crab in the bucket. Be happy with everyone that makes it and that looks like us. We have to start doing that. Now, when we do get it, we have to stop shitting on our own people and stop looking down upon them also. It has to be some consciousness about giving back. We have to, in order to get the money, you have to have so many Black employees. It has to be rules to this. That's going to benefit a lot of us, not all of us, but a lot of us. We should have programs. Let's say if a young brother wanted to start up a window tinting, a mobile window tinting business, and he has a good, business model, and he has certain, like he has a pretty good credit. We should allot him some money, not the whole 5 million, but something, a little something, for parents, Black parents that stay together with their children. We should give them an annual, like an extra here, and that's effed up that we will have to do that, but it's incentive. Here's $1,000 for just being together with your, and I'm not talking about the ones that figure it out and try to find a loophole to be like, okay, we got to be together at this time so we can get 1,000. because we'll try some BS like that. No, we gonna keep. It's gonna be hard to, get your paperwork and to get it, and we're gonna have eyes on you. These are the rules. We have to have perks and incentives in order for our ethnicity and culture to get better. Scholarship programs given to the colleges. We could do that with certain, like, that's another thing my brother Spot will always do. Give to these HBCUs. I went to a HBCU. Why wouldn't I give back? Why wouldn't the My Brother Spot team give back? Because we love ourselves. These are the things that we should be doing during Black History Month. We should be thinking about these things. We should be in the huddle as a people and talking about this stuff, and not being grown and sexy, being grown and responsible. We don't want no musical guests. We don't want no party. Let's get down to the nitty gritty and start improving, because I'm telling you, in this near future, AI is going to hurt a lot of people. It may, in my situation, but at least I'm trying of the curve. And I think that when the people that's out there making money online, they're ahead of the curve, because, like, who's gonna, like, fire you? You're your own online business. All you need is visibility and a good product or service, and you're getting passive income. So while everyone is getting in the system of universal income, you still could take care of yourself. Why is that uncomfortable for some people? If you want something that's going to be nutritious in your life, you got to work for it. You got to work for it. It's not going to be easy. Just think about your life. Whoever is looking at this video right now, my live stream, think of anything that you have done that has been hell of a beneficial to you that was fucking easy. It just fell in your hands. Why do you think a lot of people don't have good relationships with a woman with a man and a man with a woman? Because they don't want to work it. I heard the young kids at the club, the girls on this side and the men on this side. You got to fucking get uncomfortable and date. And not think that every person is going to be the best person. You have to learn. When we put down on this planet, it's a planet of experiences and how you adapt. Not hold out your fucking lip and yap. You're going to go through good times. You're going to go through bad times. The bad times, if you don't get bitter over your bad times, it creates wisdom. And I think that's a lot of our problems, like Black people, where our expectations, they're not really realistic. This is not, have you ever read in history what people had to go through just to eat or to drink water? The wild animals that are out there. It's crazy also that a lot of women don't think that men are shit. Let's just simply let me just simply break this down. White, Black, Asian, just all men of different ethnicities. The basic. Man has kept vicious animals away from women. Our great grandmothers. So men don't love you. Men have built skyscrapers. Who are in those skyscrapers? Normally looking pretty, making a good livable wage. Maybe not now with AI, but something will happen. Fucking men. Who fights over you in the South and kills another man when you knew that it was going to be a fight? Men. Listen, who put the concrete on the cities, and these cities made the sidewalks, all that, so you won't be walking on a dirt road? Man. Who created certain pesticides so certain insects won't be around you, ladies? Man. Okay. We can't live without each other. Man or woman isn't better than each other. We balance out each other. I hope we could stop snapping at each other and acting like little kids and getting upset because the woman has high expectation and men have high pussy expectation. Yes, I said high pussy expectations. Meaning, oh, she got to be all this, that. And women, you too. Kevin Samuels did make a good point. You 4'11" and you want someone 6 foot and up. You crazy as a mug. And men that look average or something like me, and you want someone that's just bomb looking or whatever and get mad that she don't like you, you crazy too. We have to look at things realistically. You know what I'm saying? The expectations have to go down, and our skills to understand why we here on planet Earth, how can we survive? Now, if this was another world and we're on this planet and race had nothing to do with anything, you know what I'm saying? White people weren't cheating. Asian people weren't staying together and chilling and, you know, working together and building their own shit, you know, and other ethnicities too, then I wouldn't even be talking like this. I wouldn't even be talking about race. But in a real world, black people, wake up. You have to deal with your own kind. Anton Daniels, you're dependent on white America. That's crazy. I understand. And Kenneth Owens, I understand. Y'all gonna be safe. But majority of brothers and sisters that's trying to do this, I couldn't live that life. I couldn't live that life. Kissing pale butt. Kissing pale butt. That's crazy. Respect a white person. Respect an Asian person. Respect a Middle Eastern person if they respect you. If they don't, bag them. Bag them. You know what I'm saying? And what we should be learning to respect the most is us. You know what I'm saying? Because the human race in America is really about race. And it's about not a race hating another race. It's about a race of ethnicities racing for resources. So you have to learn how to self-fund and form your own kaya, form your own susu, form your own. You get what I'm saying, y'all? You got to form your own, and then you fund it, and then you share it. You don't steal it like we do, Black Americans, Aboriginal American Indian. See, these are the things, and we have to have more stipulations. You steal the money, 10 years in prison. If we find you doing nepotism, 10 years in prison. We got to stand by that. We can't be playing around. We can't be playing these little church games. You know what I'm saying? Fuck entertainment. We got to have a foundation that works. And then we could be entertained once we're kind of, you know, once we're kind of comfortable. Black people, we ain't comfortable now. Fuck a concert. You know, forget a, you know, like who could sing well. And I don't care. We're in dire need. This is some fucked up times. I don't need to hear no goddamn music. I don't want us losing. If black people lose, I'm gonna lose. Who do you think help me look for a job? Not a white person, a brother out here. Who do you think most of my friends are? Black people. It doesn't mean I hate white people. It's that we help each other. So what's the matter with us wanting to work together in America with other ethnicities? Don't understand. They don't trip off that with Asians. Asians be helping each other like a motherfucker. You know, hold on, y'all. I gotta give these people at least some type of thanks, because they let me over. Thank you. Yeah, you gotta give love sometime. It let me in. I got over kind of late. I wasn't trying to cut, but family, I come on these lives, and I drop some gems. I'm realistic, and I'm just trying to live like everyone else. I'm the brand ambassador of my brother's spot. I'm giving you my life force. And like I always say, every live stream, I don't have dun-dun-dun-duns. I'm not no fine ass woman. Why don't y'all give me some super chats? I looked on the live last night. YouTube was off. It wasn't even working too well. I'm looking at the lives. Popular channels only had 29 people. You know what I'm saying? Only had like 29 people and on the live. And they still getting super chats. But I gotta admit it, they talking about some gossip stuff. The females are looking good and all that. The cleavage is showing. Cleavage showing, they all like this. Yeah, I'm showing the dun-dun-duns, and I'm seeing like $1, $5, $10. I saw one, I don't even want to say her channel. I saw one female, man, you know, she got 50 bucks. I was like, dang, is that guy gonna ever see her? I don't even get a goddamn dollar. I don't get no rubies. Come on, family. Or maybe my lives are full of trolls. Maybe my lives are full of trolls. I don't know. Or maybe the people that I attract just really don't have passive, you know, money. And I understand that. This is a hard economy. This economy isn't no joke. Let me see something. What do I think about the UK? I've never been to the UK, so I don't know. One day I will go to the UK. I haven't been to Europe, not yet. No, I've never been to jail, man. I've never been to prison. Knock on wood. Never been to prison. I don't even want to go in there. I will be so upset at myself for going to prison, because I'm going to be making the man money. You know, them inmates work for like 15 to 20 cents an hour. I don't want to give that Ponzi scheme my life force. You know what I'm saying? Prison is a Ponzi scheme, man. It's a way to distribute cheap products, and my people don't even understand that. Black people, certain black people in the hood think that's an honor, and that shit is crazy. That just shows how bad our mentality is. You know what I'm saying? So we don't really understand that it doesn't matter what we do if we depend on a certain system. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're gonna pay. They're gonna figure out a way to make us pay. But if we self-fund and get our own systems, that's why they don't want to do that. That's why they killed Martin Luther King. This is Black History Month. Because he was basically gonna tell Black Americans that they were from here, and he was going to Washington to get a check. So unfortunately, we make a lot of ethnicities rich and wealthy. I always say that. We do. All right. I could go to the hood right now, and it's all kind of beauty supply places that are Korean or Asian that make a lot of money from our women. I could go to a gas station the Pakistanis, the East Indians, or whoever, they're making money off of us. It's not bullshit. They're making money off of us. So it's not other ethnicities' fault. Like I said, black people, we have to get our own systems. And the people who are upset about that, that's just telling you a lot about them. It's people that's hiding behind these screens that may be business owners that are totally against. They like, hey, please don't break them from the spell. Please don't break them from the spell, because we don't make due to our population.